I know Prince Zuko. You get this. You get a little bit of an opportunity to play up on a kind of a dark side for a change, and I guess maybe growing up in the streets of horror would have helped that a bit. I don't know, but was that kind of part of the attraction that you could kind of go in a different direction that maybe people expect?
Yeah, I had to constantly fend for myself living in Harrow. It was no, it was great. I really wanted to sink my teeth into something new after Slumdog, and really look for something where I could show a bit of versatility. And this film came along, where such a physical performance. So many fight sequences, and the character was not just evil. Everyone says he's the villain, but what sort of struck me about him was that he had this. Basically, in essence, the reason he had that intention was because he was sort of emotionally blackmailed by his father to do that. In essence, he's just a boy yearning for the love of his father. So with that came a bit of vulnerability, and that was sort of interesting to try and squeeze in.
I know that M. Night Shyamalan, he originally cast Pop Pixie Jesse McCartney, but luckily that there was a tour that came up.
Pixie.
I think that we'll go with that. Yeah, I think that works, doesn't it? But he couldn't do the boot camp because of a tour, and then he came to Your Fine Self, who we'd already kind of been considering. I don't know whether that was kind of quite easy to tap into, whether you felt, well, he's the second girl, he's asked up for a dance, I don't feel good about this, because...
It was kind of strange, because I wasn't sort of made too aware of it, to be honest. And I don't know if that's a film set thing, because I'm so new to it, but I came on relatively fresh-faced and new, and I'm like, hey, I'm Devin, I'm playing Zuko. And it was just I didn't really think of it that way, to be honest, at all, yeah.
When you found out, maybe you could have walked up to Knight and just slapped his face.
I should have slapped him.
Yeah.
Give him one.
Yeah, I think just the one.
One crispy one.
Of course, everyone talks about these kind of movies with martial arts. There's a lot of boot camp training, but you're a black belt in Taekwondo, I think, and you also got a bronze medal in Dublin at the Action Martial Arts, whatever it is, Association,
I don't
a long thing, but yeah, in 2004. So obviously that was quite not too difficult for you then to get into this sort of frame of mind, because you've already got that training. Was it quite easy, or was it a lot of hard sweat?
I mean, that was one of the great things from growing up where I was. All these little gifts my parents gave me as a child, which I never really knew would sort of pay off, but I guess this was in their bigger picture. It was destiny. And just so happened a film fell in my lap where the producer's like, hey, you need to be very physically fit and have great martial arts skills. And I was like, the second one I have. Physically fit, I don't know. But I know martial arts. But yeah.
As with all kind of previous kind of creations, there's a sort of hardcore fan base who loved the original TV series that was out in Nickelodeon 2005 to 2008. And some of them protested against recasting various different characters, especially the lead kid not being Asian anymore. And yet at the same time, the critics didn't like it, but it makes 100 million in 11 days. So I don't know whether all those sort of things, as an actor, whether you kind of follow that sort of side of it, or whether you feel, well, that's really beyond my control and beyond my decisions, and therefore it's not really involved.
It's weird because it's only after doing a film like this where you realise how small you are in the scale of things when you do a film this big. And all I came in to do was try and bring, within the script and the lines I have, try and bring as much of me, and try and bring and put as much effort and do as much justice to my character as possible. And once you're part of a film, you can't be selfish and step away from it, but you support the team, because it's such a big collaborative filmmaking, such a big collaborative art, and so many people have put in effort. And the people at the end of the day that are in front of the cameras and do all the selling, but also take all the praise, it is us. So we gotta stand by our piece, I guess.
I'm thinking now that the fact that you turned 20, I think, in April, and for a man of such young years to have a movie like Slumdog Millionaire happen, where pretty much the whole world kind of pays attention to this little film, and that blast of activity that came with it, the Oscar nominations and all that. And yet I looked at on IMDb now, and you since that time you've done 2 roles, both of them on television. I think maybe they're wrong, but True Jackson VP, and then you're in Mr. 11.
Didn't do Jackson.
You didn't do those, right? There you go.
Jackson,
good old IMDb.
VP, yeah.
Right.
Mr. 11 I did.
Right. But I just don't know whether you're just waiting and sort of holding back, or whether there's a sense that it's just such a confusing big Hollywood world that you're not quite sure which way to go, or...
Neither, really.
Right.
It's sort of strange. No one's been really throwing projects at my feet or anything like that. it's sort of hard. I sort of find myself, hoping that the industry will be a lot more colorblind in the future, and the roles I do get offered or get auditions for are not really where I see myself wanting to go. I don't want to be stereotyped or typecast, and I'm very consciously aware of that. So I want to play characters and make myself as versatile as possible. And when this came along, even though it was a cartoon, and obviously it's not going to be a script as emotionally pulling and depthy as Slumdog. Character-wise, he's a boy called Zuko. He has his dark side, and for me as an actor, I just thought this would, it's great for me to play and to show some versatility, and that's what I want to hopefully continue to do. And hopefully there's more roles out there, and you just have to consciously try and, it's a very tricky place I'm in right now.
Very, very quickly. Last time I spoke to you, Frida, I made an arrangement with Frida that I would wait at Greystone's train station every day for a year at 5 o'clock.
I remember that.
And nothing happened, and now you're dating. What happened there? I thought I had a sort of an arrangement thing. She was going to try and get out there, and now...
Dude, that's just awful.
Take out the taekwondo. I think it's going to happen now.
Yeah, man. I'll sort her out.
Good man, all right. Cheers. Nice to talk to you, yeah.